All right, wonderful people, lovers of freedom. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to each and every one of you. Welcome back to Expose News TV, your one and only YouTube platform where they give una hot updates on how things they be for Biafraland, on anything with the sup. Always know that we'll be here to give you straight up how it's happening. Okay, the latest one with the buzz range coming from the PM EPA after recently it was released into public that 27 kidnappers, yes, in quotes, ESM members that are loyal to Simon Ekpa were killed by security operatives. Yes, my people, this is the latest news and that came up. And of course, we know how things are whenever this kind of news comes up. Now, it was seen, PM Ekpa, Simon Ekpa saw this and was like, and decided to react to it immediately because, of course, this is not true. And he debunked it with immediate effect. And the next thing, this is what he said. He says here that disregard this criminal in former Enugu, there is nothing like an ESN. If they have killed innocent Biafrans for propaganda, we will retaliate heavily. And they will feel the forces of Biafra in Enugu in a few days. And people, this is just the truth. Right from time when PM Ekpa came back, I think he dissolved. There was a dissolving of the ESN, Eastern Security Network. Yes, there was a dissolving. And ever since then, he has been announcing that there is no ESN. He has said this several times. But each time these people, to push their propaganda and to push whatever it is within their mind, they would come out and say, oh, that there is an ESN, or that they killed ESN members, or that they found ESN members kidnapping or killing their own people and stuff like that. They would always wake up and say things like this. But whenever the PM sees this, he would always come up and say, oh, what people are saying is not true because I have dissolved the ESN. What we have is the Biafra Liberation Army. Yes, and he still mentioned it here. Let me go on. He says here, all the command of the Biafra Liberation Army, the Biafra Resistance Fighters, and the Biafra Navy in Bakassi are intact. Of course, none of our fighters are missing. But if this is true, this means that there are innocent Biafrans that have been slaughtered by the terrorist state in Enugu. And we will hit you very hard in the coming days because, of course, there will be an investigation that will be taking place. That is what this particular talk means. The PM is going to put into investigation concerning the fact that they have released that, in quotes, they have sent some men, ESN in quote, according to them, to judgment. And if they are actually men that were sent to judgment, that means these people have sent innocent Biafrans to judgment, and they are going to feel the heat in the coming days. This is what the PM is saying. He said, is it on record that even in former Abia state, that the terrorist police Nigeria are shooting each other, thinking they are shooting non-existent ESN, because there is no ESN at all. They have been dissolved. And he said here that what we have is the Biafra Liberation Army. Any day you announce you have killed the Biafra Liberation Army, I will take you seriously. For now, we'll investigate and we'll revenge if Biafra find out that there have been innocent Biafrans have been killed for this propaganda. Yes, my people, we know that whatever propaganda that they want to push, they would always find a way to hold down or whatever it is to pull their sources. Also, the Biafra Prime Minister will be having a joint media interview, of course, soon. Just get ready for it. Everything that he is doing, as we all know, is to push for the movement of the Biafra the Biafra freedom. Nothing is going to stop us. There is nothing to actually think about because anything that we do here is for the benefit of the Biafra Liberation Army. Okay, again, of course, there have been a video has been released, and in this video, young boys are lying lifeless. And the PM has commented on this. He said that these people are people. Okay, let me read it. He said this is the work of the HQ Nigerian Army against Nigerian people, against Biafra people rather. The extrajudicial executions by the Nigerian Army. Another massacre of Obibi, Ubiruru, Ihite, Uwe in Olu, Uku government area of Imo State, youths by the Nigerian military. These unarmed young men walking home and going about their business were shot dead by soldiers for committing no crime. This is what has been happening a while now in Olo, which is the truth. It has been happening consistently, and Nobody is taking note of it. Under Tinubu's regime, this particular genocide is happening. Genocide is happening under Tinubu's regime. Let the world take note. Let the world take note, because when the time will come when there will be a full-time retaliation on these people, let them not cry. Let them not cry. That's just the truth of the matter. Because
one thing there is your resilience and your resistance. That is the most important thing. Once Biafra is declared on December 2nd, the main war begins. And remember that we determine how this war will be fought. And they know. The zoo is aware. Somebody said 30 years. 30 years? 30 years, I'm not sure. I think it's 20-something. But the Prime Minister is telling you that even if it takes us 40 years, we will fight it. One thing is for sure. Freedom must surely be guaranteed. That is one thing. The whole of, you see all this brouhaha. The end point is freedom. The end point is freedom. One thing that gives me joy is that the end point is freedom. We are going to fight the zoo. Stand still. Stand still. The end point, the final battle is freedom. That is where we all face. That is the focus. And that is the reason why we will never stop fighting the zoo until that freedom is guaranteed. Once Biafra independence is declared on the 2nd of December, that is when the real fight begins. That is when you begin to see all the things that the PM has been saying. Both the one he said, you will wake up and you will no longer steal beans. All of those things will happen from the declaration of Biafra. And remember, a lot of things will happen, which I will not even say now, even though I'm aware of it. It also gives us the legitimacy to travel to the countries. Oh, child. A lot of things will happen. It will also give us the legitimacy to travel to the countries that have recognized us with our international passport, Biafran international passport. Are you paying attention? It will give us the legal right to travel with our own international passport to any country that recognizes us. That is how it works. And we will also have bilateral agreements and dealings with any country that recognizes us. The zoo is truly in a mess. They don't know what is hitting them. They don't know yet. Many things will happen to the zoo. A lot of things are going to happen to the zoo moving forward. We are all praying to see that very December 2nd. That is what we want. To see that December 2nd. Because I'm telling you the truth. Many things which is coming with declaration of Biafra that has not even been made public. There are too many. Many of them. There are many. Because once Biafra is declared, brothers and sisters, a lot of things will come with it. And remember that the battle for Biafra independence is in the public. The whole world is following. The world is paying very, very good attention to what is going on in our land. So it is not a secret. It is not a secret. Now, I want to show us something. I want us to see something before we go into another segment of this very broadcast.
Do not expect something or any magic to happen. We will make the magic to happen. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Now, I want us to see something before we go into the next segment of this very broadcast. Meanwhile, I'm going to, I'm going to share the number so that those of you who would want to call in, and those of you who were unfortunate to reach us yesterday will also have the opportunity to call today and, of course, make your contribution. Meanwhile, let us see something, because the moment the Prime Minister made that very video today, so people began to run mad. People begin to run mad. Hold on, let me bring something to the screen so that we can read it together. There is an update from the Prime Minister of the BRGIE. Let's read this. I don't know. I don't want to read it alone yet, because if I read it alone, I may be, distracted. So let me quickly bring it to the screen so that, of course, we can read it together and see what that means. According to the PM, he said it's big. So let us read together and see what that means. Very, very, very important. Let's read, please. Breaking. It is happening. It is happening. This is big. He said, Biafrans, however, are not going to subordinate their fate to support State Department pandering, nor are the Igbo willing to pretend that they feel safe and secure in Nigeria. Between February and May 2024, the Biafra Republic government in exile held a referendum to allow Biafrans and their diaspora to declare if they wished to remain part of Nigeria or become an independent country. 30 million voted, a greater number than those who cast ballots in Nigeria's most recent presidential election. Those who cast physical ballots on the Biafra referendum registered in advance and showed voting cards. While those who cast their vote electronically used Google Forms to ensure they only voted once. The results are consistent with public opinion surveying. Now, this is of course, the national security. Okay, this is a foreign publication. It is another foreign media house reporting the Biafra self-referendum and the subsequent declaration. No wonder the Prime Minister said this is huge, this is big. No wonder. So what we are going to do, I will personally read it after this very program, probably this night, and then we might talk about it tomorrow morning. Yes. So another international media platform reporting the Biafra self-referendum. Now, there's another thing the Prime Minister said. He said here, the same publication, Biafran leaders suggest they could declare independence as soon as this autumn. Biafrans, it seems want self-determination, even if they do not declare independence. However, the Nigeria government's unwillingness to address ethnic persecution and anti-Christian discrimination cannot continue. Blinken believed he could sweep persecution under the carpet in the name of diplomacy. You see, this is a foreign media publishing about what is going on in Biafra, between Biafra and Nigeria. He believed that if the State Department refrained from criticizing the Nigerian leadership's bigotry, Washington and Abuja might enjoy smooth relationship. Washington and Abuja might enjoy smooth relations, which is something that the other party and the other president will never tolerate. I don't know if you pay attention to this. He believed, that is Blinken. I don't know if he's the foreign home affairs or the foreign minister of foreign affairs. I think so, if I'm not mistaken. He believed that if the State Department of America refrained from criticizing the Nigerian leadership's bigotry, Washington and Abuja might enjoy smooth relations. I repeat, which is something the other party and the other president will not tolerate. But this one won that smooth relationship with Abuja. Therefore, they must sweep under the carpet the atrocities meted on Biafran people. Shame. Very big shame. Very, very big shame. Unbelievable. Now, it is impossible to paper over such persecution. However, by refusing to demand that Nigeria treat all its citizens equally and respect their cultural and religious freedom, Blinken and the State Department demonstrated that Biafrans could not work within the system. It is obvious. This is in the open. Foreign affairs, thank you. This is in the open. You guys, thank you so much. Now, let us see something. There's something I want us to see. There's something very, 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 very important. Very, very, absolutely important. So let us see it. You know, after the video that was made by the Prime Minister, Afonjas, and what is the name of the other ones in Igbo land? We call them, what do we call them? Can somebody remind me, please? There's another name we call them in Igbo land. In Yoruba land, we call them Afonja. In Igbo land, we call them we call them in Igbo land there's a name we call them in Igbo land, a betrayer, a sellout. In Igbo land we call it not a fulefu. There's this name, this man that betrayed Ojukwu, Ifajuna. Thank you, Uchechukwu. Ifajuna. In Igbo land, we call them Ifajuna. So after the Prime Minister dropped that very video, now watch. According to the PM, he said the difference between an educated Afonja and IPOB Nigeria illiterate. The Afonja, after listening to my speech, understood me very well, and he knows everything that I said, and he used word of attrition. Word of attrition. Word of attrition. You can check the meaning why the IPOB Nigeria illiterate is saying, I am working for the Nigeria government. You see the difference? You see the difference, right? Now, these are the comments. The DOS follower, DOS Nigeria West Africa Limited, said psychologically programming his auto embassy, whatever he said. Now, this man is not an Afonja, actually. Okay, no, this is Afonja. The other one, this one is one that is not Afonja, but this one is an Afonja. He said, Njoku, the terrorists just declared a war of attrition on the Nigerian state. That is Afonja. After watching the video, now let us check something. Let us check something very, very important. As we check that, let me also post the number on your screen so that those of you who want to call in and make your contribution will be able to do so. Now, let us check something. Let us check something very, very, very important. Remember that word, war of attrition, right? Now, let's see this. Let us see this. And it says, attrition warfare is a military strategy. Listen, is a military strategy consisting of beleaguered attempts to win a war by wearing down the enemy to the point of collapse through continuous losses in personnel, through continual losses in personnel. Are you paying attention? This is exactly what we are discussing this evening. Attrition warfare is a military strategy consisting of beleaguered attempts to win a war between wearing down the enemy to the point of collapse through continuous losses in personnel. Wham! Even only here is enough. Remember, we are talking about the declaration of Biafra and the what is going to happen moving forward after the declaration and how we are going to win the war. It tells you that by wearing down the enemy to the point of collapse, to the point of the collapse of the zoo within the Biafra territory through continuous losses in personnel. Bam. In fact, this is it. I can't explain it better than this. I can't explain it better than this. Did you see that? Collapse of the zoo through continuous losses in personnel, material, and morale. The more they lose personnel, the more they lose materials, which is their arms and ammunition, and the more their morale goes down. That is how we are going to win the war. That is it. Pure. Caller on WhatsApp, please tell us where you are joining us from. You are welcome to the program.
One name, Tamaragama.
You are welcome, my brother.
I was in English. War of attrition. All the whole thing when all the thing dictionary is trying to say and speak and put big English is just very, very simple. Immediately, that is what we call guerrilla warfare. We have been in war for attrition for a very long time.
Yeah.
It's guerrilla warfare, whereby you pick them out one after the other without them seeing you, without them knowing you at the unusual points.
Yeah.
It's not like we are meeting here to fight war.
No.
You pick them out. You like fish them out, like when you're fishing a fish from this river with a hook, with a bait. In the bait, you take them out one by one. That's it. War of attrition. It's just a simple thing. This one I think in university English. When you go to the military terms, once you say when we were in class, the military. Instead of the lecturer, the captain, to say war of attrition, just say guerrilla warfare or mafia warfare. You can also say mafia warfare. Where you pick your enemy out without anybody noticing you're picking them out gradually until they finish. Anyway, what I want to talk about is that I cannot wait for the 30-day sit at home. Let us start today.
He's on the line already. He's coming. That one is coming very soon.
I just cannot wait for the 30 days sit at home. Yes, it's painful, but I'm imagining how they will feel. I'm beginning to imagine how their faces will look like when that 30 days of sit at home. The party is not going to eat on the Biafran people, it's going to eat on the federal government.
Of course.
This thing in Biafraland.
They are representative.
I'm just imagining how they will feel. Then I've been listening to you as well as I'm listening to you. I'm listening to Adadi Orama. Because Adadi Orama is doing almost the same program you're doing. About what is this idiot? I've even forgotten his name. The vice deputy House of Representatives Speaker.
Benjamin Carlo. Benjamin Carlo.
That last name is a holy and clean name.
No. They are not the same. Their own is Carlo, Kalu, but our leader is Kano, Kanu. They are not the same.
Okay. Because I was beginning to imagine, how can you call our king, the king of Biafraland, answering the same name with that idiot? I don't want to hear that side. I don't even want you to call even that his own, because it will sound like it's a look-alike. I don't want to hear it. The idiot, imbecile, lunatic, adulterated human being, Benjamin. How is he sure? I wish he's listening to me now. Mr. Idiot. The Greeks will call it idiot. Mr. Idiot. How do you think you will even see that 2027?
Imagine.
Regardless of coming to contest and coming to give the Abia state to APC. Are you drunk? It's like you're waking up from hangover. I'm talking to you, Mr. Benjamin. Please, people should ask that idiot. Are you going to see 2027?
Imagine.
2027 is not today, it's about 3 more years to come. And 1 week step is enough to change an entire nation, much more 3 years. We are talking of 40 states on Biafraland. You are telling me go that their state. Is this guy not an idiot? We are talking of present. He's taking us back to the past. This man is living in bondage. Benjamin, you're living in bondage. You're complete stuck.
Of course,
retarded slave.
He's in bondage.
Dutch slave. You think when you come out and say, hey, give you APC, they will love you. You don't know that when you bring 1 year, they are all laughing at you. Serve the two and come back in shame. Why can't you people just learn? Learn. If you don't want to learn, okay, let me just remind you a little bit. Go and look at Ijele speaks. Look at the condition of Ijele. I thought when Ijele was shouting, he will insult people, he will kill person, he will do this, he will point in the hand, he will point out. I thought when the time comes, the Fulani people will come out. Ijele is not supposed to spend 1 night there. As soon as they arrest him, his master will say, free him, is our son, in whom we trust. They all left him. They deserted him. He will die there. He will die for the fact that he said, that death has visited him first.
No, even if no more there, he can never have a life. That idiot can never win life. Do you know? Anyway, I don't want to talk about I don't give him promotion. I know him. That idiot you see, I know him. Don't worry. Thank you, my brother.
I know him. Mr. Benjamin, please wake up from your sleep. You are dreaming. You are just illuding. Illusion is disturbing you. Magic, fantasy. Wake up. Oh?
Thank you, Mazi. Udo. My brother. All right, caller on WhatsApp, please tell us where you are joining us from. You are welcome to the program.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
You're welcome. Can you be audible, please? Go on, now go ahead, and you have only 2 minutes, please.
Okay, because what you send it before.
Can you be on? Okay, fine. Oh, if you send it, okay, fine. Are you aware that I'm on live broadcast?
Okay, yes.
Okay, each equal go to Biafra liberation.
Yes.
No problem. I'm going to send you a link. No problem. You are not the only one who need to pay from. You are calling from Biafraland, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, fine. I will send you a link. You are not the only one. I've been waiting to. There are other people who are waiting for me. So I think I've gotten that link this evening. So I will try and send them to, depending on where you are, your state, depending on your state. But I will check your message on WhatsApp. Then I will get back to you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
All right. We continue. Let us continue. Now you see here, it says,